Independent fact checkers have determined that that information is not true.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh! It's a whale! 9/11. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of Trash or Pass. If you're new to the channel, I am Oklahoma's worst angler. I appreciate you being here. Listen, if you guys are enjoying this series of Trash or Pass, please hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, think about doing so. Check out the video, check out the series. Let me know what you think. Now, as you can tell by the title of the video today, I've got the Googan Squad CLICKBAIT. I took it out for a little bit of trash or pass, did a little bit of fishing with it, and I gotta say, I need to preface some things first, okay? I need to preface some things, I need to talk about this. A lot of people that know me know that I'm not a fan of the Googan Squad. The Googan Squad. I got nothing against the baits. I'm not a big fan of the baits, but I got nothing against them. They catch fish, they catch fish. They work for you? Perfect. I like other stuff. So, this is one of their hard baits, the first hard bait that I bought from them in probably close to a year, maybe over a year now. And, well, it wasn't what I was expecting, to say the least. It was not what I was expecting, but as a caveat to that, I need to say that there's a lot of things that I didn't read ahead of time. I didn't do my due diligence on this bait, so I wasn't really knowing what to expect. What I assumed is what I'm sure a lot of people have assumed, and maybe you as well, if you haven't tried one out yet, but you assume that it is a chatterbait. It is not a chatterbait. It says on Carl's that it is a hybrid vibrating blade jig, which vibrating blade is that's a chatterbait, but they say it's a hybrid. So we're going to read something really quick. I'm not trying to just like read stuff off, but I don't want to mess this up. I feel like this is a very touchy subject, especially for me and my channel and people that know me. They think I've got this huge vendetta and this, like, I hate the Googans, I hate all the Googan baits. That's not the case whatsoever. There's just some of those guys that I personally don't care for. So let's get into this. Let's read this really quick. So it says some of the additional features. An oversized blade that helps keep the CLICKBAIT riding deeper in the water column while imparting max swimming action on your soft plastic trailer. I gotta say, that's freaking false. I have got to say that is false, not true. Independent fact checkers have determined that that information is not true. Now, I know on the CLICKBAIT you can go and tune it. You can do these things that are gonna help it. But as you're going to see in the fishing footage coming up, this thing does not, it does not stay low in the water column whatsoever. It does not. So, another thing on here that they say. It says 3 rattling beads that make the distinct clicking noise when twitched. On the fall, the CLICKBAIT blade shimmies enticingly, making it great for yo-yo retrieves or skipping under docks, hand-tied skirt. Distinct noise from the blade striking the wire arm. Use a straight tail trailer instead of a paddle tail. That will allow the CLICKBAIT to swim better with a more lifelike action. That's all I'm going to read on that. So, I knew that they recommend a straight tail trailer. I know a lot of people, have bought the Yodo worm. I was in Academy. I saw the CLICKBAIT and I was like, I got to get it. A lot of people have been asking for it, so I got to get it. And then I started to look for a straight tail trailer. Now, what I found when I was there is a Grande Bass baby rattlesnake, or baby rattler. What do they call this? Baby rattlesnake. Little straight tail worm. Very similar to like a Gee-Crack bellows gill. Same smell. Aminos, garlic, all that. So this was my trailer on the CLICKBAIT. Let's pull this out of this ridiculous clamshell as well. This thing is just, I don't like the packaging on it. I don't like the packaging on it, but, I kind of had some high hopes. The fact that it is a vibrating jig. It's not a chatterbait, though. Not a freaking chatterbait at all. So let's go ahead and break down the build of this clickbait, and some of the concerns that I had going in to getting this bait, and some of those things that were kind of confirmed to me, and then we'll kind of talk about, the bait itself. I'll roll the fishing footage. I'm not trying to make this super long and drawn out, but I'm trying to give you guys the best information possible. So this is the clickbait from Googan Squad. This is the 3/8 ounce bluegill. You see the oversized blade on there. It is not meant to, it's meant to vibrate, shimmy side to side, up and down, but it's not meant to vibrate. It's meant to click and clack against the beads and the wire arm. Now, the thing that worried me when I saw the first pictures of this that came out is this long arm right here. This is what really concerned me. Especially, like fishing a chatterbait, what I love to do is throw that in grass and rip it out of grass. And let's see if I can find a traditional chatterbait here. So, okay, traditional chatterbait, clickbait. That arm right here, what really concerned me about that is, the lack of room right there for grass to get caught up on a regular chatterbait. Now, this is a jackhammer right here. That room right there, that gap in the blade, all these different things right here really concerned me as far as, is this going to rip out of grass? Is it going to pick up grass? What's going to happen with this? And I will say that it did not rip out of grass near as well as an actual chatterbait did. It wasn't horrible by any means, but there were a lot of times that I would get grass built up on that arm in between the blade. So that was one of those concerns that I had going into using it, and it came to fruition. It is very true. I do not like the amount of travel and that length of the wire right there from the head to the blade. I don't see that being beneficial by any means. I understand it's to, get those beads clacking back and forth, but it wasn't my style. So again, my opinion, not my style, not crazy about it. Now, it does have a double hook keeper. In a sense, it's got a molded one on the shank of the hook, and it does have a wire one as well. So that's a positive. They say it is a hand-tied skirt. That's a positive. However, this skirt, it kept getting, the strands were getting stuck together. The water wasn't that cold. It wasn't splaying out like I hoped it would. It wasn't doing a lot of those little things. So again, about this thing, it just was not what I was really hoping for or expecting. I never have had that issue on a skirt material from any of the chatterbaits or the swim jigs that I use. And I don't know, maybe it was the water that day. I don't know. Maybe someone else hasn't had that issue, and you can tell me, and I'm not going to be upset. But I just was not as impressed with this as I'd like to be. However, the Grande Bass Baby Rattlesnake trailer was a perfect match. So if you guys are going out and you're picking one of these guys up, and you want to, try and do what they recommend, throw a straight tail trailer, and you're at, say, Academy, and you're picking one of these guys up, just like I did, that Grande Bass Baby Rattlesnake is a perfect freaking straight tail trailer. And maybe you're dabbling into the straight tails this year, because, I feel like that Yoda worm kind of brought a lot of attention to straight tail trailers, but Baby Rattlesnake on there, this skirt is just driving me crazy. Now, it's not rigged up perfectly, but it's a good trailer for it. Great little straight tail, a lot of action to it, and a great scent. So, paired those up. I fished it. Enough talking about it. Let's roll the footage of me fishing it.
Got a follower dripping. Well, me and John went to Wanda, man.
Oh, look at this.
15 bucks.
Dude,
Top water crankbait.
no, that's the clickbait. I'm burning it like I would a jackhammer, and it's just,
on the right side.
yes. I'm burning it like I would a jackhammer, and it's just coming right up. All right, make note of that. Can't really burn these guys.
Could it be the trailer or anything like that?
No, I got a straight tail trailer on it. Okay, so that time it wasn't starting at all, even with me ripping that rod up. No, man, I wish I had an OG chatterbait, same price range to compare this to right now.
I have one.
You got an OG? I've only got jackhammers in the box.
I got a regular one.
Dude, I am not loving this thing at all.
Doesn't get fish.
I'm not loving it. It just doesn't have the, I mean, and I hate to say it, but bias towards a jackhammer. But even, I mean, I will tie on that OG chatterbait of yours. I know. But the fact that this thing rises like it does, and it doesn't hit hard, and I know it's half the price of a jackhammer. I get that. But you can't burn it. You gotta slow roll it. We'll see how it does in the grass, like right here.
Jackhammer on that SLX rod thumps so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. I put it on my other rod. It doesn't thump as bad. Like it beats up most of the thump. But that got me thinking. Shimano finally got back to me and said that they're going to warranty my other rod that I sent out.
Like the skirt is all bunching up.
Yeah, I seen that when you handed it to me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad because you know I've known you.
Yeah.
I've known of you for the longest time. And I don't want to.
Hey, we got a fish on.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good one. Okay. Okay.
That was my fault.
Clickbait will show out. I'd rather you stop doing that though. I'd like to get you up here. That's a big old bucket mouth.
That was my fish.
Okay. Well, clickbait, while I may not like the action, caught a pretty solid fish. Three and a half. Now, I can't necessarily trash this bait. I can't trash it. And partly because I feel like if I do, anybody who thinks I don't like the Googans are going to roast me. And they're going to say, oh, it's because you don't like Googans. No. I can't trash the bait because it may be someone's favorite bait right now. Me personally, it is not my favorite bait. It did catch me a great fish. Caught me a good 3-pounder. But all that leading up to that, I did not like that bait whatsoever. I did not like this thing. You had to slow roll it. It rose to the surface so fast. It did not thump. Again, it's not a chatterbait. I thought it was. I thought it was supposed to be. But an OG chatterbait, Z-Man chatterbait, hits a lot freaking harder than this thing does. This thing did not start up every time. Again, it's a hybrid. Okay, so my expectations were completely different on the water. A lot of the things that I said on the water was before I did research. So I admit to that. However, they kind of market this thing to be great around grass. And it was not great around grass. That fish that I caught hit it just like I fish a chatterbait. Popped it up out of the grass. When it came back down, fish took it. Just like that. That's how I fish chatterbaits. That's how I fish swim jigs. That's what I do. So, I mean, it performed in that sense. But having to slow roll it, not a big fan of that. Not at all. I mean, it's just not... It's not what I expected. It's not for me. My opinion on the CLICKBAIT, I will not buy another one. I will not do it. You know? So, if I see anybody out around springtime, summertime, I'm going to have this with me. and I'll most likely give it away to somebody that I see out there, somebody that recognizes me out fishing some ponds or out fishing the lake. It does not pass. It does not pass for me. It's not trash. Again, I won't trash it, but it does not pass for me whatsoever. I really had higher expectations for the bait. I thought that it was going to be something that I could work quickly and slow roll, just like a traditional chatterbait. Again, in case you're skipping forward here, I didn't do my research. I did not look ahead of time. I literally saw it, picked it up, said I'm going to go out, I'm going to trash or pass this thing. Now, for any of you guys that think that I may be biased towards the Googan baits, I specifically took this to the body of water that I have done every trash or pass episode on. And I will do every trash or pass episode on. And I go to this body of water because the water is clear. I can get some good footage of it. I know there's fish in there that will eat. So I want to get the fish's reaction. I want to be able to fish it. I want to be able to see it. I want to do all these things. I could have taken this to a pond and I could have just thrown it, not caught anything, and I could have trashed it. I could have said this bait sucks, anything like that. But I'm not going to do that. I am not going to do that. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be honest on my channel. I'm going to give you my opinions. I'm not, just because I'm saying this doesn't pass, doesn't mean it's not a good bait. I'm saying for me, it does not pass for me. It's not what I like. It's not my style. I'm not a fan of it. I think that the name is very fitting. I think clickbait is very fitting for that bait. It grabs your attention. It makes you want to test it out. It makes you, well, go and spend $9 on this thing. You know, or if you're a Carl member, it's like $7 or something like that. But my opinion, you can do a lot better with traditional chatterbaits. Doesn't mean you have to go and spend $15 on a jackhammer. Doesn't mean you have to go and spend $10 on a thunder cricket. But an OG chatterbait, absolutely. This guy does not pass. It's not trash. It caught fish. But I mean, you could say the same thing for a live target bait ball. I mean, it's probably going to catch fish eventually. Is it a good bait? No, not in my opinion. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I've got more Trash or Pass series coming out. More episodes coming out. We're doing some jerk baits. I'm doing some swim baits too. So if you guys want me to do the contender, if you want to stick me with another freaking Googan bait, I will do it. I'll go out there and I'll go test it at the same water that I've done every other bait at. I'm not going to be biased. I'm not going to do those things. But if you got some suggestions for me, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, just don't do anything at all, you know? And, I don't know. Subscribe to the channel. Help us grow. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you next time we're on the water.